Week 14 Street Fighter League is underway. We've had some developments. I keep saying this every week, and I really can't get away from it because it keeps happening. Welcome back to the Street Fighter League, Week 14. Tasty Steve, joined by the homie, my brother Vicious. How has it been so far here for you in the world of Street Fighter League?
You know, it's been a real dream come true to see all of these players finally coming together to duke it out in this team format. It's something that we've been looking for since last season, but now the international borders have opened up for these world-class talents to come in and fight amongst each other. And let's talk about the teams a little bit, right? UIU and NASR coming back for another season. NASR being the world champs right now, or at least for this side of things, I should say. However, we have 4 new teams coming into the fray. PANDA being one of them with a new and reformed version of themselves currently with PUNK and NEPHEW. The rest of them right now, we got BANDITS still trying to clinch that 4th place spot. We have NORDAVIND as well, securing their spot already. Last but not least, the big fellas, the Vodafone Giants, still in contention for this playoff spot, and it doesn't get any closer than this, to be quite honest with you. It's been absolutely neck and neck when it comes to the stats.
Look, he's telling you no lies. No lies spoke here. NORDAVIND just clinched their playoff position last week during our team battles, so let you know we're getting closer. Also, NASR already clinching that spot. Only 4 teams get to make it overall, so that means everybody else is still fighting tooth and nail every week in these team battles until they secure a spot. But like we said, only 4 teams make it to total, and we already have 2.
Let's take a look at the standings and where we're currently at to give you a refresher of what to look forward to in week number 14. There's only 1 week left of regular season play to get themselves ready for the playoffs. As we see at the very top, NASR sitting nice and pretty with 7-2, an impressive record overall. NORDAVIND getting right behind Vodafone Giants in 3rd with 4-4. PANDA at 4-6 at 4th. BANDITS and UIU definitely still in the fray. Despite what you see there, 3-6 for both teams, 5th and 6th respectively for both. Again, still in contention to be in the fray for top 4 for the playoffs because there's so much on the line. There's so much at stake. You want to make sure every win counts because it goes towards that $75,000 as well as the privilege of playing off against Street Fighter League Japan.
Let's talk about the team battle format. It is 3v3 with Seta-style team tournament here for Street Fighter League Season 4. The teams submit a player order, and if their player wins, they go to the back of the queue. If their player loses, they are eliminated from this week's team battle. These matches continue until only 1 team remains, and all 3 members of the opposing team are knocked out and eliminated from the team battle, and that's how we crown our champions. And one of the main things here that control these matchups and just what happens, those character bans. We are now in the second half of the season. That means those original character bans cannot be repeated, and they gotta find another avenue, but that opens up a lot of gameplay options for some of our teams we've seen here, especially if you look what happened for NORDAVIND and Luffy with that Armika.
Oh, without a doubt. Let's get into our team battles for this week. It's going to be PANDA going up against NORDAVIND. It's going to be very, very crucial for PANDA to secure this win. Same goes for the other fellas down below. NASR versus Giants. The Vodafone Giants really need to clinch this spot against the number 1 team with this W because number 5 and 6 are still able to sneak their way into number 4. You do not want that to happen. Instead, what you do want to happen is make sure you check down below for that Twitch panel for your chance at an A40 headset by Astro, who has been supplying all the players and been a big sponsor for Street Fighter League Season 4.
The official headset and mix amp of Street Fighter League Season 4. All the cool sounds, all the yells, all the buttons, all the pop-offs are brought to you by Astro, and they've done an amazing job supporting the community as well as Street Fighter League, so we thank you, and we hope that you guys stay tuned because after this break, Week 14 begins. The fights start. The team battle will be PANDA versus NORDAVIND right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Street Fighter League Season 4, week number 14. My name is Vicious, here with my man Tasty Steve, and we got ourselves a banger of a showdown going down this week because there's only 1 week of regular season play left. We don't know what's going to happen. Y'all don't know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, we can find out together with this week's battles. We do have PANDA going up against NORDAVIND, and we saw what transpired last week. PANDA had a little bit of a rocky situation. Again, they had to send Justin Wong home on personal issues.
Yeah, we've definitely touched on the fact that Justin did have to leave us, unfortunately, and once again we do wish him the best, but the show goes on, and PANDA is without a team member up until the playoffs. Until then, they're gonna have to fight it out in the trenches with these team battles. They're on the player 1 side. The player 2 side team is the newly certified playoff Season 4 of Street Fighter League team, NORDAVIND. What Or are they thinking, I would love to know, especially now that they've kind of clinched that spot, but they still got games to play?
You know, there has been a lot of confidence coming in from Team NORDAVIND, especially through ways of LUFFY fully unleashed with Aramika. But one person I do want to see on the board who has been extremely vocal as of late is VEGGEY. And I do believe Rob TV has that interview with NORDAVIND's own VEGGEY.
Boy! Fresh from the God of War sequel into your TV screens, your all of your living rooms. My God, the Nordic giant VEGGEY. What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? You know, I love you're so positive to me.
Yeah?
I really love you.
You know I love you too, bro. You're the same way. You try to hype me up, man.
No,
Tell me that I'm like, swollen than you.
Bro, you're huge.
Yeah, whatever. You know, how you like 6'2".
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Barely 6'2" though.
I'm only 5'8".
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And I don't got a beard.
It's coming.
Yeah, thanks,
You're
bro.
younger than me, so it's coming.
Yeah, all right, that's true. All right, maybe one of these days.
One day.
You know, right now, we don't got to talk about hypotheticals and, what may happen one day and everything when it comes to what you guys have been doing as far as your team. Right now, you guys just got a very important win over BANDITS last week. And if I'm not mistaken, that puts you at 5 wins. And does that guarantee you the playoffs?
Right now, the 5th and 6th place can't get as much as 5 wins. So we're guaranteed for playoffs right now.
So they're at 3 right now.
Yeah.
And they only have 1 game left.
Or they either have 3 and 1 game left, or they have 4 and no games left, something like that. But they can't get to 5.
Yeah,
so,
you're guaranteed.
Guaranteed there, yeah.
So, of course, up to this point, that's what the whole playoff, the entire season has been about, right? And that's what the whole point of regular seasons is, to get to this spot, man. How much of a weight off your shoulders is it to finally, officially be done with that part of it?
I mean, it was just a lot of emotions, and if we won that, it would be over. We didn't want to have to stress again, thinking we need to win this. So it was all that compiled, made us send this beautiful, raging, poetic justice warrior of Norway. Just I love that energy. I think if you could sense energy, you would see their energy towards LUFFY. Our energy is clash of energies. It was great match.
I feel like life through your eyes is so much cooler than life through my eyes, man. The way that you explain stuff and picture things, man.
That's what it felt like, though.
I feel like just all the ramen noodles and bologna sandwiches I grew up eating just took out all that cool creativity. All I got left is just jokes in the gym. You know what I mean?
But you do both of those well, though.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. You talked about the energy, and how you got the stress up off you guys now. So you got no more stress and everything as far as the regular season. But you still have regular season games, VEGGEY.
Yeah.
And for the other teams, it matters what happens with these games, right?
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to get that last spot in the playoffs. They're all vying for it right now. I mean, now I'm sure no one will be able to get under you guys' skin, because at least
it doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter now as far as your record. But how do you approach these right here? Does anything change for you as far as your desire, focus to win it?
No, I think it's very important that even though you get into a good position, you still try your best to win, because the opponent shouldn't be you shouldn't just take it easy, because the integrity of the league requires you to just still focus so that everyone's chance is the same. So I think that even though you get to this position, you can't just whatever, play sub whatever, or troll. You have to still think about the bans, think about the order, think about you playing your best to keep everything as tight as it can be. Try your best to win. But I don't know how. We might even play better. Who knows? Because we're not really pressured now.
Yeah.
So it might even be harder for the teams remaining.
But it's not. We good now. It's just whatever. For the integrity of the league, you're still trying to bring.
We're definitely trying to want to just play our best.
Seeding does matter in this case, because if right now, NASR is the best team on paper, right? So hypothetically, if they do finish in first place, which is looking like they might do, then that is the toughest team on paper to fight.
On paper.
So if you're the 4th seed and you have to fight them, that could be tougher than being a 2nd or 3rd seed and having to fight the alternate. Because the top 2 teams here do make it to fight against Japan. So win or lose as far as this league, if you at least finish top 2, So the seeding does matter here. But I tell you what, man, VEGGEY, I think you are one of the most intense, but yet nice and cool, and you know what I mean? You're one of the coolest cats that I've met in the FTC region, bro. So always a pleasure talking to you. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been Team NORDAVIND's Big VEGGEY.
That's exactly what I want to see from VEGGEY. That's the confidence I want. Look, it made him mad, but it unlocked his potential. He's like, you know, I didn't appreciate that too much. I'm gonna pop off back, and it actually worked out for him. Actually, it's like you have this guy barking at you a little bit. He's like, well, let me flex on you real quick.
Exactly.
You know, you do realize I can bench press you, right? You do understand.
I actually saw VEGGEY. I was like, yo, you were getting a little riled up out there. He's like, they came to my desk. They came to my desk.
They came
and
to
I
me.
was like, he's like, that's what he said. He's like, they came over to my desk, and I had to, it made me mad. I'm like, yo, I actually saw that because we could see him on the camera popping up. He wasn't even looking at the game. He was looking over at the other team, just yelling in unison, trying to put that spiritual energy into NORDAVIND.
It was so
and it worked
sick
out.
to see,
and it
honestly.
worked out. That's what's even better about it. Now that we've got those interviews out of the way, let's talk about the ban.
Sure.
PANDA going to be banning Birdie, NORDAVIND going to be banning Colleen, and just for the record, they do have a point advantage in NORDAVIND because we do have the fact that WONG is not on the roster. That means they're going to be up a game. LUFFY is automatically rotated to the back of the queue. So that means PUNK and both NEPHEW would have to win their respective matches and then beat LUFFY if they want to be this week's team battle champion. And that's just a part of being a man down, man. I'm going to dub it the power play.
But this is going to be very interesting, right? PUNK fully unleashed with Karin. Zangief on the table for VEGGEY, right? They were shooting at one of the weaker spots of the team. And with all due respect, VEGGEY, again, trying his hardest to get some of the W's with that birdie. But Zangief is actually going to be on the table due to the fact that birdie's no longer available.
I see the little chuckle coming from VEGGEY right now, going up against PUNK and the Karin. And I can't help but wonder what's going through their heads right now as we get into this next game. VEGGEY going first. Right after that, I would love to see who will be next because I guess it would be PHENOM considering that LUFFY's already waiting. All right, so here we go.
That is correct, yeah.
Standing medium kick, just playing that range game already. Slow and steady. I've never seen VEGGEY play Geef, but it definitely feels like his kind of character.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to play with the normals that kind of extend not as far, I feel like, but he's still a grappler. I was going to say, you know, Zangief's normals, I feel like, aren't going to contest as well as Karin, so I take it all back. Birdie, however, you know, with that fierce, stand medium kick also, I can't even do the comparison.
There you go. I was
great.
actually about to say, those normals from Karin are really good, but that's why that flex is even better. And you got to be tight with the setups after this, too. Those knockdowns in this game and this matchup are going to be important. Those SPDs, those V skills, going to be super important. And now you have Trigger. PUNK playing back a little bit. I like waiting here for VEGGEY. Just waiting it out, going down really slow, but
you can get a whiff punish as well within range to use that V-trigger one to get the suction going. Get yourself a command grab as well, or maybe just a full-on combo.
Trigger completely gone at this point. That's going to give VEGGEY the opportunity to start walking around a little bit. That flex is strong. And like I said, this is looking really good so far for VEGGEY. And just as I say that, to confirm, back throw, and that's going to be the first round.
And there was a situation for VEGGEY, right? He did a flex in reaction to the roundhouse. I wish it could have been the trigger activation instead of the V skill. Instead of going for the flex, because you already had your trigger ready. Multiple hits, actually missing the follow-up with EX Mugen.
In the legs. I would love to see some more of that standing heavy punch coming from Geef, more of the flex as well. He just walks up to the corner, stand light kick. More normals coming out from VEGGEY, but still in this corner. Stand medium kick at such a range.
And look where the control has been on this stage, right? It's always been in the corner. PUNK has not let VEGGEY out of his sight. You've been on timeout since the first round, fella.
My man's been sitting in this corner for quite a second. VEGGEY in trouble still. Very slow-paced match, but you can also see PUNK taking this very seriously. He's not trying to give VEGGEY any space at all to get the game started and spin to win. That's going to be one game going to PANDA, going to PUNK.
Jeg tror det. Jeg tror du kan gjøre det.
Cutting wins.
Muligens du kan outrange den med din egen stand medium punch.
Round one.
Tell him to use that stand medium punch, that chop. And he's doing a good job so far. If he was a little bit quicker with that reaction, he would be able to get the spin. Oh my God.
And still letting it fly, though. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of tough to catch the follow-up afterwards.
Yeah. Especially when it's going the opposite way. Back throw.
Oh, no SPD. You saw it. And even VEGGEY kind of tilted his head back. He's like, oh, that was my chance.
Lots of gray life up there. Ooh, that's a button you need right there. Standing heavy punch is the range that, you know, PUNK is kind of playing at with that stand medium kick. And if you started putting it in your gameplay, he's really going to have to play further out. There you go.
Oh, and he's out of there. Punk already knew it too, using the percent health follow-up after the stand heavy punch confirm. Very nice to get the carry.
Had an opportunity to get a lariat knockdown there, but just no confirm.
And it's such a tough situation for VEGGEY. Oh, you know, after I say that, not so bad after all.
Dash
It was
up.
a light SPD. He wasn't going to get any OK. Oh, this
nice.
is big. Boris Dynamite.
Nei, ikke det.
Ugh. Back throw. Okay. Okay,
Bro,
Luffy.
let's go. Du kan slå.
All right, here we go. Round number 2, game number 2. VEGGEY taking one away from Punk.
Oh,
And the walk.
That was the first time we saw him take to this guy's ever, and Punk was still ready for it with the anti-air crouching heavy punch. Absolutely. Oh, the flex. And how often do we ever see Punk utilize that overhead in
Gjør Eriks stand for neste gang.
Okay, big damage, V-skill knockdown. And VEGGEY just constantly getting knocked down in this corner.
Lang kast der.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Using the stand heavy punch, wake up,
you dirty
CA.
man.
That's gonna hurt. Oh man, almost broke the bridge down. Who's gonna pay for that? V reversal.
Det går
It's Karen Konzuki's house. She'll do just fine. She's got this, unless she made a money match for her entire bank account.
Oof. CA on the table.
This-
Punk possibly looking for a confirm to take him out right now.
Oh!
Stand medium
Det går
punch.
bra.
Oh, you
not close
actually
enough.
had
Pass
it!
på beina.
You gotta be
bare.
quicker than
Det er
that.
eneste. Stand
Could have
medium,
gone
stand
in
medium
with that
punch.
standing. Oh, okay. I like that. A little bit of a fake
Bro,
out. That is
that-
a classic,
that's a
a very
feeder,
classic
it's that-
Zangief strat, using the crouching medium kick to move forward.
Wow.
Never heard that laugh in my life. Who was that?
You hear me? Who is that?
SE4, bro, SE4. Bare husk Eriks SPD I de situasjonene.
I don't know whose laugh
I
that
think that
was.
was Fino.
Everybody's voice is so deep there. I'm surprised that they got that high. That's true glee right there. They're really happy with that victory.
That had to be Phenom.
Hey!
Yeah, it's 100% Phenom.
Ja, det går helt fint.
Knockdown. Bad position here. Needs to be careful. Anti-air. Side switch
Oh,
ready.
I think-
Da treffer du
Not
på
gonna
meg.
stun though. Oh wow, gets the shimmy, gets a little meter on top of it.
A lot of meter on top of it. Just-
And didn't even need to use it. I'm gonna save it for this next round, which he wants to be the last round. Punk at an advantage now.
Utenom det vil du ikke gå.
Did you mean for that to wrong?
Oh damn, that was bars? Bars.
Standing medium kick, the main poking tool that Punk has been using throughout the entirety of this match, right? It's just not a lot Zangief has been able to do yet. Maybe see.
Oi.
Oh, yeah! Maybe flex it, use that stand heavy punch or even medium punch out of that range.
He's starting to get wind of the normals he can use, right? That stand medium punch, nowhere to be seen from Geef, and that's what really got him. There we go. You have range tools. They're a little slower, but Punk is playing in that range where they can be applicable.
Å, ikke whiffen.
You see what happens when some of the lower or the slower normals gets out of range. Punk is
Ja, du
more
kan
than ready
komme inn i runden,
to
eller?
whiff punish it. You can't V-reversal this one.
Han ga,
Oh,
gjorde
I
det.
lied. You just
Yeah, I was
built
about
it.
to say,
You
right?
just built it.
Oof. Couple more hits here should do it. I like Punk playing this way, though. I know that. I know I really like this patient play. Trigger is still there.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a mental flex, a discipline flex coming in from the side of Punk. Just being able to control the entire pace of the match and not be too worried about Zangief's approach. This is how you're going to contain Zangief. And I feel like he wants to
he
go for
wants
the
to chip.
critical art.
See, he
Orochi, you already know it.
It'd be crazy if he got like SPDR, like super ACA between that. That would have been nuts. But it's a block string, so you can't do that. But it would have been dope.
You know, I didn't see the normal that came before the Orochi. I feel like he might have had time to sneak in a critical art. That would have been cool if you were to just turn it. But fact of the matter is, VEGGEY no longer in the running. It's now time for the Moose to get loose. It's going to be Phenom going up against NEPHEW. The last time they played, Phenom got the better half of NEPHEW 2-1.
Here comes NEPHEW. NEPHEW, another player I gotta say I'm very much impressed by. Like every time I've seen NEPHEW play, I've always been a fan from jump anyway, but just the discipline that he has and just the way that he plays, such an intelligent player, and he really puts in the time. Like he really puts in the time in the lab as well, and just playing matches online, bro.
I got a really good question for you, actually, as we
So-
get into our next match. Has he ever revealed why he calls himself NEPHEW?
To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, no. Maybe you gotta ask his uncle. Dad jokes.
Shut
Now
up,
that-
Steve. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. I hate it here.
Oh my God! But here we go. Wow,
Just
G.
scare him with like jab buffer, stand heavy kick, and just stand medium kick. Some fireballs and just watch out for the jump. It's going to come.
Nephew, a little depowered, significantly depowered with the G, but I wish I could really honestly believe that. G is still a very, very strong character, even in this season.
I just feel like G is ultimately like one of the Street Fighter V characters. Really does have the opportunity to turn any game around with Trigger. And it's really about managing that V meter when you're fighting G, no matter what. You really have to make him force, use V, and it's kind of the general principle, right? If you're fighting somebody with a very powerful trigger, oh no, dash punch to the wall. It's probably smartest to let them not get triggered, right? So you want to put pressure on them, make them use it, whether it be V reversal or V shift or not. That's the goal. But right now, if G makes you block anything, the activation is coming. Speaking of,
yeah, it's just also like a matter of forcing these. Oh, that could have been big. He could have gone into it again.
Was not prepared for it.
No.
This should be it. Oh, actually.
Dash up twice.
Nice.
Phenom actually had a giant execution error. He looked at the screen, then looked down. After that stance short, I feel like he could have gone into the Tenko. Obviously, he could have. Right within that range, he just dropped it.
And I also just think he wasn't expecting it to hit. A lot of times you brace yourself for people to eat a hit and then follow up with a combo. That can work in the reverse sometimes. Ooh, low forward in the Tenko.
Anti-air, you know what? On the other side, the Mugen is still going to have too much recovery. He meant to do the dash, hence why the Mugen came out, because of the side it was on.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, the command dash.
Nephew. Oh.
Watch out for DP.
He may be a nephew, but he's playing like a grown man.
Look, I told you, that's easy reads, bro. Watch out for the DP. Do it every time. Let's go, nephew. This is not me, bro. You can do. This is easy, man. That was free.
This is not me, is what Punk just said. This is not me, and legitimately called out the EX.
I'll tell you when he going DP. Don't worry, I know every time.
That was actually bars. He's gonna DP. This is not me. It's easy. This is free. He legit actually went word for word, bar for bar.
The thing is, though, you really have to be wary because Phenom's rebuttal game is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, this man Punk, when it comes to reads, this man don't miss.
All right, my man is reading over somebody else's shoulder and still getting the full contents of the story. But stand light kick, like I said before, here comes the rebuttal from Phenom. Ready with the anti-air. There's the jab. That's the exact same situation to turn this game around. But this situation is going to turn this game around. You need to guard your legs. Wow, quick knockdown. Not ready for it. We got still more damage. The
God damn. When you practice with the best Karen, this will happen? Sheesh.
Oh my God.
Everything's coming up, nephew.
Oof. Okay. Once again, you still can't count out Phenom. You still cannot. Look, exact same situation that we saw last game, and last time we saw the adjustment by Nephew. Here is the adjustment by Phenom, and look at the damage. Look how quick this round is going, but like I said, you still got to be able to fight G, but you ain't going to get anything started with it throws up close.
You don't have to really press any buttons except heavy kick.
Yeah, and Phenom with a pretty solid smile on his face that you couldn't see, but I'll tell you what, he was pretty confident about that round. He was chuckling as well. He's like, this is fine.
The smile still remains. I can see it still. Look how patient he's getting right now. Oof.
Oh, big confirm. Build a little bit of V gauge.
Oh, that is definitely going to hit. And I like the usage as well. Power of the Earth. Let me get some of that.
And he gets a power up.
Oh, level 2.
Oh, wow. But you still can't throw a fireball. You cannot, so long as Karen has meter, she's going through it. That was a sick anti-air, and the juggle on that. That was actually disgusting.
Things not going well. Standing medium kick, one of the weapons of choice for G. That activation underway. Don't get gripped. Oh,
he knows too much, Steve. He knows too much. You gotta be quicker than that. Oh, the shift is not enough.
Wow. Nephew takes out Phenom. That means only Luffy remains. I can hear the gate clanking up to the top.
That's bad.
And the ravenous Luffy about to be released. Hide your kids. Hide your punks and your nephews.
He's command grabbing everybody out here. This is going to be kind of tough, right? We've
That was
seen this
2-0,
situation
right?
before. That is 2-0. NEPHEW fulfilled the run back and avenged himself 2-0 against Phenom. And I got to say, though, Phenom was doing pretty well for himself. He was getting that momentum shift, but just the reads on the uppercut was too strong from the side of Panda. NEPHEW knew it, Punk knew it, the American people knew it. The last North American team pretty much going through the entire
American team, bro. It's the only American team. Panda is the only all-American team here. We do have Kami representing, but he is part of the UIU team, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to a team that has nothing but American members, it is Team Panda at this point.
That's true. That's very true.
So these guys are getting ready, getting set up. Luffy coming in from that one-game advantage on the side of NORDAVIND. Obviously, it's going to be Mika going up against Karen.
One of my biggest concerns, however, is what happens after you get command grabbed in the corner or you get reset in the corner through ways of crouching medium punch after a Lady Mika, right? Because you have to guess. You have to guess after the forward fierce comes out, the Lady Mika in the corner. We've seen it happen to everybody. People are susceptible to it. You have to make that guess. But everywhere else, I think Karen has a pretty good job of containing that danger.
Well, speaking of containing danger, you're going to have to contain this Luffy and Armika. And the Deshko. You're fighting 3 people, bro.
It's a problem, right? You have to be as risk-averse as possible. Make sure you don't get yourself cornered. And I think you'll be fine. Karen does an excellent job of doing both.
Okay, crouching medium kick. I love playing at the range. That way, that really kind of stops the neutral game of Mika, right? Because we know that Luffy likes to get command grab started. Really likes to get in your head with a stand like kick. Back throw, that's going to be a stun. Side switch as well. Man, what a talk about the optimization. Going to get enough meter? No.
Oh, this is tough.
I like that.
That would have been huge, too.
So we always talk about, we saw MENARD was fighting Armika, and you saw him go up back in some instances and actually got caught. Punk just backdash and then dash back in. That way you're able to catch the recovery of that command throw. Standing heavy punch again. V-skill to end the combo, and look at the push to the corner, and Armika is already there.
You can understand, right? Like, Armika doesn't really have much other than the armor to get through one of the normals that are mistimed from Punk. But chances are, Punk mistiming a normal? Very few.
EX dash to get past in the Deshko?
That was actually pretty slick. And we've played this matchup a million times, Steve. Like, you talk about Mika trying to get out of the corner, it's kind of tough.
It's really tough, man. Those normals that she has really does its job. Wow. The Sobai gets over the low. Once again, the backdash to get him out of trouble. Karen, what was that? Brimstone in the corner.
Oh, this is the situation I talked about, Steve. Once you're trapped in the corner, what do you do about it? You have to hold it and you have to guess. And you know what? Luffy is indeed the mixed master. He will keep you guessing.
What's crazy is that round was definitely Punk's to win.
Extremely volatile when it comes to the corner situation. That's Armika in a
using
nutshell.
a block stun, lots of throws. She is a wrestler. Another Brimstone.
See what I'm saying,
Another
Steve?
Brimstone.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's like to face off against Armika. It's been like that since the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. You really have to be weary of the ground game as well as just getting caught in that throw vortex. Full CA for Armika, and you're in kill range now. Forward throw.
A lot to work with.
Air to air.
And that's fine for Punk. Now establishing this corner pressure. Mika trying to get herself out of the way with the Deshko. Yeah, freeing herself up, getting some dashes in, but this is where Karen also excels.
Man, Luffy's playing so solid right now. Oh my God. IQ in kill range. That is definitely going to be hit. The double muscle buster coming.
Luffy! Showtime! That was actually sick. Just letting it rip.
So what's crazy is that match was essentially over all the way up until the point you called that corner situation in round number 2.
Tough spot for Punk the God when you talk about being cornered as Karen. But even so, I think, Luffy throwing out that fierce and that moment was pretty smart.
Brimstone.
Pretty smart. Another one.
Yeah,
Two stones.
Another one, yeah. He's guessing real hard right now. The Lady Mika's coming, and stuns right there. Oh, wow, caught an EX. Definitely caught an EX. Side switch, here comes Punk on the offense. Defense looking pretty solid now. Not enough meter to end that combo. Takes the Oki instead. Activation forward throw. Punk is really going to try to keep it control. Had the hit right there that definitely would have been stunned. Oh, dash up.
Oh, this is so dangerous.
Jump back.
Frames avoided. Good call there from Punk, but still. Oh, he he still got
That
the
was a
counter
fake
hit.
out.
I like that from Luffy, the big fake out too.
The baits. Uh-oh, Punk in trouble. Punk in trouble, on the verge of going down to the final round and putting all the pressure on NEPHEW. Gonna need something big. No meter. One bar, excuse me. No trigger.
What if a slide comes out from this range? He's tempting him, right? Low medium kick too. No interruption.
Oh,
boy.
not enough meter to do it.
A back throw will do it though.
Oh my God, this dude Punk.
Yo, Luffy thought the same thing. He's like, yo, if he throws me, I'm dead. I have to back that shit.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tech it because it's still going to be in Karen's favor.
Whiff punish early on with that stand medium punch. Forward throw. This is how we saw the first game go, though. And once Luffy hit the ground and got one guess, the game began. Goes for that jump in.
Watch out for the overhead. Oh, still fighting his way out of the corner. This is excellent.
What a
Man,
jump back. This
how-
dude Punk. Looking at the hands. You got to watch the hands. Fake charge drop kick right there. Luffy trying to get closer, fights back to the middle.
And not budging after the drop kick. It was charged as well. Oh, you got
What?
the throw bait. I don't even think Punk wanted that. There was a look on his face like, I didn't mean to do that. But it still hit. Yeah, he put his hands up in the air. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll take that.
Cutting wins.
That's the Rob TV, bro.
Wow.
This is the first win for
If Punk takes this set, they eventually take this power play and put it back on NORDAVIND. Think about that. If they actually reverse the power play and put it back on them playing a man down, this is actually crazy. The body splat. Lady Mika goes for that standing heavy punch right afterwards. Taking advantage. Oof.
That's huge. Whatever Luffy tried to press, it did get stuffed out. Standing medium punch is that button with that hitbox. We talk about how big it is and how much space it takes up.
Wow,
far.
not close enough. He walked back a little bit too far
my
and walked back
God.
the perfect distance that time around. Went for the neutral jump and the V-shift. Is it going to save you? That's going to be the round. One more for Panda to take it over NORDAVIND, reversing the power play of being a man down and staying alive in the playoff picture. This is what I'm talking about. Oof.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get rid of Luffy now rather than rely on NEPHEW because right now, Luffy's he's a hot cannon. He's so hard to contest. It's so hard to predict. I don't know if NEPHEW's calculations prepare him for that.
Oh, wow, that could have went a lot worse. I love that. Get the most carry possible. Didn't spend a lot of meter on top of that, but now Luffy backing up and will be in that corner if he takes a combo from Punk. Perfect looking, spacing looking real solid right now, and spins the V meter, and this is not good.
That's perfect for Punk. Always ready for the target combo with the air-to-air. But here comes Luffy. Finds a sequence into the splash. Oh boy, the neutral jump. That's going to be huge. Man, the reads on Luffy, getting past the Gudenken into the critical art, that was masterful.
The double muscle buster on top of that. Like I said, man, Luffy is an Evo champion. You can't sleep on this man. Final round here in this team battle. The first team battle week 14. This is imperative. NEPHEW still waiting in the wings, but you want to reverse this power play. Right now, Panda a man down, so they're playing at a disadvantage. If they don't get to play, if NEPHEW doesn't get to play, this will be so good for them. That is actually ridiculous. Oh my God, things are not looking good.
Stun will do from the back throw. Does the tech? Yes, sir. Luffy absolutely knew what the stun condition was.
Oh,
you are
he
not
extra
allowed to
sent,
tick throw.
Neutral, crouching medium punch, and they
he
both just
waited.
waited out. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't give him a chance, and we know that Luffy is known, prone, and seen doing stupid, I was about to say just dash up command throw.
Oh, you gotta hit him with the crouching heavy punch? Just raw?
And I think it counter hit the drop kick, which is not easy to, I think the body split, excuse me.
Oh boy, activation time probably. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it where he's from because he's the GOAT.
Yo, Punk takes it to what? Bro, you can't say anything to this dude, Punk. And you can see the crowd actually giving them props as they should. And I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that they came from a power play instance to negate it nonetheless. Let's talk about this. The fact that they put Justin Wong first instantly put themselves a game down, right? But by putting one more valuable player at the end, that means they had one more person available just in case. What a smart move for Panda. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was a damn good one. And Panda keeps their playoff dreams alive by clinching that win and seemingly putting a leash on this Mika and Luffy, who we talked about is such a dangerous threat. Dang, it's only week 14, and I say only.
What do you mean only?
But we're about to go into the playoffs. I'm sorry. It's just these matches are so good, and I still can't believe what you just witnessed.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It only gets better here. I've said it time and time again. We've seen some of the best in the world duke it out. Panda, I feel like, again, having this W under them is going to really secure their spot. Now it just depends on everybody else. Vodafone, Giants, Bandits, and UIU still have to make something happen. And it's going to be tough to call as we get ready for our next match in a little bit. Again, big ups to NORDAVIND, clinching that spot. Panda still trying to secure their placement.
That these numbers are still in flux. And as week 14 comes to a close, we got one more team battle. Think about what that means for the playoff picture and the potential top 4 finals. Who wants to go fight Street Fighter League Japan champions is on the line. But there's a lot of matches before we get there, and we got one more team battle coming up too.
And while you're thinking about all that, think about this. Astro being a big supporter of the FGC for 10 years, supplying all the players with an A40 headset to make sure all the comms are clear and crisp, as well as the game sounds with that mix amp, being able to get all the EQ as possible, the Dolby Digital surround sound on top of that, and just the overall quality. Again, check out your Astro headset. You could pick it up down below in the Twitch panel and check out that A40 that everybody's been wearing throughout every single week of Street Fighter League Season 4.
Well, with that being said, I believe we have an interview with Team Panda, Hollywood Rob TV. Let's hear what they got to say.
A lot of people at this point, they want to see you guys out of the playoffs. It's all a competition. It's not personal in the end of the day. They know that you guys are a strong team. So, you know, they're trying to keep you guys out of there. But even with all of that pressure, even with having an empty seat, you are still able to get it done. Neph, explain the G pick right there, man.
So I played Punk and Casuals to just try and warm up for Phenom's Karen. I tried Sakura and lost like 12 straight, so the Sakura was not the pick. And then I tried G and I won a game after like losing 3, so I decided to try him, even though I haven't played him since like March. Like I've been only playing Sakura and Rose as secondaries, but I remembered how to command grab.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do in that matchup. Pop V trigger and command grab a couple times, but it's not easy to do when it's in a clutch situation like that and against such an amazing player like Phenom. Yo, Punk, bro. How many times am I going to see you clutch out? How many times am I going to see you talk that trash and then back it up the way that you just did right there? You going up against Luffy's Mika. He don't even need to win. They're already in the playoffs. So you're playing against Mika, the mix, no pressure on him, and you still got it done. What's going on there, bro?
I just like to fight Mika, you know, even though it is a big guessing game. You know, I'm willing to just take every command grab. See, I didn't really, like, only mid-screen. I won't take Mika's command grabs mid-screen because I feel like it's annoying. But if you put me in a corner, I'm probably going to take them all. And, you know, I just stuck with that strategy. And eventually he stopped command grabbing me in a corner, and it worked out.
Yo, you know, I noticed that when my man Dark Neff was up there playing against Phenom, he was talking kind of spicy, my boy. I don't know. Like, you might have got under her skin a little bit. Like, how does it feel when you hear Punk saying that type of stuff in the background? Yeah, you know, I know when he's going to DP. I'm going to tell you every time he's going to do it. That's what happens when you play against the best Karen in the world. How does that stuff make you feel while you're playing, Neff?
I mean, it just gives me confidence because, like, it's putting my reads and his reads together. He actually made the correct guess. I just trusted him that Phenom was going to DP at the end of the first game. I'm just, all right, I'm going to block. Yeah. And I DP'd.
Look, guys, as you can see, there is a game inside and outside of the game. Sometimes there's even a game as far as in your own head, and clearly Punk and NEPHEW, I guess, yeah, you talk a lot of trash now too. Punk and NEPHEW put themselves on the spot, and then they rise up to the occasion. You love to see it. Hopefully Panda is in the playoffs. I don't know for sure if that's the case yet. It might be. But ladies and gentlemen, the action does not stop here, because after that amazing war, we still are going to have Team NASR going head-to-head with the Giants.
Coming back into the second battle of the week here at Street Fighter League Season 4, Vicious with Tasty Steve. I highly encourage you guys to check out the VOD and see what just happened prior to this, because it was a banger, right? We had Panda versus NORDAVIND already go down, but we're into the next one. He can't even believe it. NASR versus Vodafone Giants, and this one has major, and I repeat, major playoff implications. Steve, give him the breakdown on what exactly Vodafone Giants need to do to secure their spot.
So with that being said, Vodafone Giants have 2 more team battles left before the finals, right? 2 more battles. If they win either one of these, they are in. However, if they don't, it would all depend on UIU and Bandits' performance if Vodafone Giants can actually get into the playoffs. So when we say this has major playoff implications, it has major playoff implications. NASR, one of the strongest, the hardest teams in Street Fighter League history at this point. Problem X in both of the birds. What'd you say, Bird X Bird?
Yes, it's Bird X Bird, yes.
But having Bird X Bird to actually fight and try to make it into the finals is almost impossible, bro. Like,
I gotta say, before we get into it, first off, you genuinely make me laugh. I appreciate that. Second, NASR is in a fine spot. They've already been in that top 4 for about like, what, a week and a half now. And I don't mean like a week and a half, but just like a week. Their current record isn't going to affect them too much. So, and you know there's not going to be just like any gatekeeping involved. It's just going to be like, yeah, we're just going to beat everybody down. It doesn't even matter. So they've been the hot team for the entirety of the season, even past season, right? They were the champions.
Yeah, they were the champions. They're still holding.
Season 4. So I'm kind of curious again what their mentality is going to be like as they're getting themselves ready for the playoff spot. And I do believe Hollywood Rob TV is standing by with Big Bird.
We do have one of the best players on planet Earth. Team NASR's very own Under Armour and TikTok sponsor, Adele Anoush, or Big Bird. What's going on, brother?
Good.
Right now, you guys only have one more match left in the regular season. And this last match is gonna be up against the Giants, right? That match does have playoff implications, bro. Not for you guys as much, but for the Giants. You know, right now, I don't know if you know that NORDAVIND is locked in now for the playoffs because they got 5 wins.
Yeah, they got only 3 losses, so at worst they only do 5 losses.
Yeah.
And Bandits and UIU, they're only 6 losses, so there's no way.
Yeah. So at this point, you know, but Giants, you know, they can fall out. You know, the PANDA, you know, all of these guys.
Yeah, it's very situational, I feel like.
Is there any teams that you feel like, what are the teams that you think are the most difficult at this point for you guys to fight?
Punk is my friend, he's my guy. I love NEPHEW as well. But competition-wise, we had no friends. It's just me and my team.
I respect that, Big Bird.
Competition-wise, there's no friends.
Yes, sir. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if you guys have noticed this since from week 1 to now, but a lot of these guys are all kumbaya, kumbaya. And it's been all positivity. Oh, these are my buddies, these are my pals. Now we're getting closer to that cheddar. Now we're getting closer to that glory. It's all on the line, and we're seeing people drawing lines in the sand between each team. And I love to see it, to be honest with you, bro. In Street Fighter League, there has never been, you guys have the opportunity to be the first ever double champs. Like, you guys might have like a dynasty on your hands right now if you guys can win this.
That's the plan. That's the like, we didn't come here to get to just play and, you know, just quite get to 2nd or 3rd or 4th. We came here to win. We have the best chance in winning.
Has that high of winning that season 3 finals, has the high of it kind of like worn off now to some degree? And now that you've been grinding out for weeks here and everything.
There's definitely still pressure because we're in the finals, so we want to win the finals as well.
Yeah.
Even if we won the last 3 seasons, that's all in the past now.
Yeah.
We're right here, and what's right here is the finals and the playoffs.
Yeah.
So even if we won that, it doesn't change anything because we still want to win again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Problem has a different. I mean, Problem says the same thing because he wasn't with us last year.
Yeah.
So he wants to win now as well, like more than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been able to tell that just from the way that he speaks. Big Bird, it's always a pleasure talking to you, man. And you know the skill you guys have been putting on display as far as Street Fighter League and the entertainment that you guys are bringing on camera or off, it is greatly appreciated. My brother, Big Bird, I cannot wait to see your next match going up against Team Vodafone Giants.
That's exactly what we expected from Team NASR, as ready and focused as ever, making sure they get as much data as possible, getting themselves ready for the playoffs. They've faced off against every single team here in a very confident manner. You can see it in their scores.
Yeah, I mean, having the highest win record here in the most difficult season of Street Fighter League we've ever had. And they're still the champs, right? Basically on their victory lap and holding that first place position strong. However, the Vodafone Giants need to make these wins happen in these last 2 team battles. I've already stressed before. And they've been the most prepped team. I feel like we've been seeing them like discuss matchups, make game plans against any team battle they have coming up. So I'm very interested to know what their game plan is going forward. We do have Infectious with an interview with Rob TV.
People, it is about that time. we are closing in on the playoffs for Season 4 of Street Fighter League. And with that being the case, of course, we need to hear from the one and only, the brains of the operation, the most soothing voice in the Street Fighter world. My guy, Infectious from Vodafone Giants. What's up, brother?
What's up?
The playoffs, Infectious, are on the line right now. You guys are, I want to say, what's your record at this point? 4-4?
We're 4-4, yeah.
Yeah, right now you're 4-4. So you're in a really good spot, but you're not guaranteed to make it in. Still got 2 more games. What does your playoff situation look like, your playoff picture?
Well, we're in a situation where we're not guaranteed in, but if we can get 1 win, we secure our spot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There are other crazy scenarios where we still would be able to make playoffs if we didn't win, but of course our most important aim is to get one of those wins on the board so that we can make the playoffs.
So if you win one of these last 2, that's it?
Yes.
So ideally you don't leave it in the judges' hands.
Of course not.
And who, as far as these last 2 teams, you don't have easy ones ahead. The next one, as far as this week, as we know, you are going to be going up against Team NASR. And then you have Team NORDAVIND as well, right? Both of those teams are actually already qualified.
Yeah.
And they're the only 2 teams who are guaranteed qualified. Okay, so do you think that you guys are going to be going into those matches with a different type of hunger than both of those opponents?
Well, it's interesting. The first time we played NASR, that was one of our biggest losses in the whole season. So we'll come into that match with a lot more hunger because we want to get the win for various reasons.
Yeah.
Obviously to qualify, obviously to kind of run it back from the previous time. And also, just like you mentioned, there are 2 teams, NORDAVIND and NASR, already in, so perhaps their hunger won't be there in the same way that it would be had we played them at the start of the season. So it's very interesting dynamic how these matches are going to play out.
I feel like you guys, out of everyone in the season, were the ones who people didn't know that you guys were going to be as amazing as you were. I feel like people looked at you guys as kind of like a wild card type of team to some degree with the interesting characters that you have on your squad.
Well, yeah, we come in with many giant teams full of giants, no pun intended.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
so we're seen as a wild card, and so we've had to put in that extra effort or go that extra mile to try and keep up with the high-level competition that we're surrounded with in the league. And I just hope that what we've done in terms of preparing will see us through and help us get all the way to the top.
Of course, right now it's not a time to play. So you guys are focused, you're locked in, you're trying to win. But if you guys win, what is fun for Infectious after that? Like, you go ahead and make that bread, make that 20 bands per person. What might you do with some of that money? And of course, you can always make a whole lot more going up against Japan.
Of course, yeah. If we got to that point, it's very far off.
Yeah.
It'd take some time, probably save and put it towards maybe invest in something.
Yeah. Yo, I said the fun part. Don't just say yeah and nod at me. What's the fun part?
I wouldn't use it for anything like leisurely. It would be
none of it.
None of it.
$100.
Maybe $100 on a little bit of fun, a restaurant meal or a night out or something. But most of it would be,
just invested.
Save, invest, yeah.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I swear to goodness, I have so much fun talking to Infectious, bro. You're one of the coolest people I've met, man. Like, I feel like you just have like such a unique approach in the way you explain things. I was not expecting you to say that. Are you sure?
I don't really buy expensive things.
Have you ever considered getting beads in your braids?
I've considered it, yes.
What color would you go with?
Probably blue or red, maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to root for Team Vodafone Giants because if they win, Infectious will be posting on his Twitter account with blue and yellow beads in his hair. The Vodafone Giants coming up next against Team NASR.
I like that thought process. Once again, one of the most prepared teams we have here and still set on the path of making sure they secure that playoff picture spot. And I feel like they have just the team to do it, in all honesty. Infectious, definitely one of the strongest players on the team. Somebody you want to look at to kind of carry the team. And for all intents and purposes, have really been holding it down with Ezekiel throughout the entire season. And that brings us to the next thing. What about the bans, Mr. Vicious?
Right, so NASR has aimed at VEGAPATCH, getting rid of the fog long matchup, as you know, they can't do so again this time around, which also leaves Mr. Crimson fully unleashed as well as Infectious. Then you're looking at the other side. Vodafone Giants have actually went and picked the M Bison, and I could feel Problem X kind of fuming about it. He's like, they went for my Bison again. I haven't used him throughout the entire season.
They don't see my Alex.
My Alex was dope though, right? He says it all the time. He's like, what about that Alex match?
Completely irrelevant to the conversation. Just bust in. My Alex. No, no, yes, no.
Oh, today's dinner was great. Yeah, it was absolutely. Where's the my Alex though? That's just how it is. So going into the matchup, right? We heard about the bans, and we talked about it just now. Fong and Bison not on the table between these two titans. It's gonna be Big Bird versus M Crimson first.
M Crimson.
Mr. Crimson, the Dawson player to watch this year.
Yes, that's definitely true. It's funny because I remember one of our Street Fighter League alumni having like a funeral for Dawson, and here we got my man Mr. Crimson just making waves always around the world. Shout outs to my homie Arturo Sanchez. Oh wow, just grabs him right after the drill, a forward throw, and the Rashid, the character of choice here for Big Bird in this matchup.
And I like that. Ooh, what an interruption. Again, we've seen that time and time again. When you throw out a normal into EX whirlwind shot, there is a significant gap to stop it going. Oh boy, stop it from coming out, I should say.
Meaty drill, EX air gale, I like that. Would stop any approach. And you hear the yell because that was a successful jump in from Rashid. Clips him with the slide. It's going to make him cook a little bit.
Oh, you thought you could get the grab? Oh, this is huge.
Big damage. Goes for that forward medium punch, cancel into Mixer. Wow, puts himself in the corner, and you see him reach. Okay. EX whirlwind, actually gets over the roll with the standing heavy kick.
That's pretty important, right? Just being able to low crush like that as Rashid, just getting rid of some of the tools that Dawson has down below, crouching medium kick, or even the slides.
Okay. Dawson really does have a hard time keeping out a character like Rashid. Very movement heavy. Nice. The crouching heavy punch actually stops the V-skill from Rashid.
It's so fun to see that potential. He was too far to get the follow-up, but it's going to be fine. Trigger 2 after the activation route. Oh, no.
Reset. Oh, wow. The check mark on the match. EX spike.
You know his defense. He's not beating you.
His defense.
Yeah, you know how he plays. He's not beating you.
The last time they played off against each other, right? Let's talk about that before we get into it. Week number 6, Mr. Crimson faced off against Big Bird. Both of them actually had their characters taken away. Big Bird took it down over Mr. Crimson 2-0. And now that they're fully unleashed, we see a different side, right? A little bit more activity from both, a lot more comfort. Big Bird still starting things off with a solid win, 2 rounds.
Okay, gets the throw into the corner. You see Mr. Crimson playing a lot better and working on a stun, and instantly a check. Not going to be enough. Big jump in, should be decent damage here. Not going to get the kill, but keeps him on his toes with the teleport, catches the back tech, and we've seen this before. Whoa, well, I like this.
I like the HP spinning mixer, puts himself right in front of danger. Oh, be careful.
Wow, what defense. Plus frames.
Nice. Oh, that was sick. That wasn't even a counter hit. He just got hit wrong.
Let's go.
He knows about it. He knows about that gap.
Okay. Round 1, game 2. Mr. Crimson takes it this time. Oh, I like that. That long distance anti-air. Counter hit combo with the slide, and now he's just sniping every situation. A little too fast with that one, and the interrupt misses the teleport. That's going to give Rashid a chance to get in.
Oh, big crush counter does get the activation, sets up for the fake out. He gets the shift and he gets the stun. That was nasty.
Wow, my God. Yo, Big Bird, chill. My man said, y'all.
Oh my God, he's off the wall. He's going off the rocker. He was smiling and laughing the whole way through. You are a dirty birdie.
Oh, dang, not a dirty birdie.
He is a dirty birdie.
Dirty bird. Dirty. Oh my God, Big Bird. Uh-oh, off the backboard once again. Try to hit him with the mix-up, and it's not working. There's the stun, and it's not over. But it's going to be big damage.
Hi. Oh, again. Oh, don't
God.
give him the perfect. Oh, it's -4.
Okay, all right. Teleport.
Out of there. Does not.
And
not
the
much.
ball B skill, and you hear Angry Bird pop off. That is 2-0.
Very convincing start for Team NASR. There's no doubt that they are one of the strongest teams here in Street Fighter League, and Adele, aka Big Bird, just proved that with that performance against one of the stronger players of the team. But that's so hard to say when you have people like VEGGEY coming up next and Infectious. All of them are just as strong as the other. And it's just a great start, though. Mr. Crimson with a stellar year with Delsum. That was kind of rough for them, a tough pill to swallow. But we're going to focus on Angry Bird versus VEGGEY, right? VEGGEY not able to use Fong. We've seen the jury pick before, but I don't know how it's going to play off against Angry Bird.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be pretty tough, right? You're going to have some solid play about you. That jury better do something, especially considering they're already down 2-0 in this team battle this week. So, I mean, hopefully, I wonder who Angry Bird is going to pick. They'll probably Seth.
Yeah. It's going to be Seth. It's fine. Either character is actually pretty fine, to be honest with you. I think if the example was there with Zeku, being able to stop Jury from charging up kicks with the grab, very important. Seth could pretty much do the same thing with V-Skill 1. You're going to chase her down if she tries to charge up. Very important. So we'll see how it plays out.
This move. When you close, you can do a meter punch or slide.
Uppercut, you already know what it is. But look at that, he already has all three in place.
Yep. You know, I was talking to VEGGEY. You know what this dude said to me? He was like, hey, man, Jury doesn't do damage. I was like, bro, if she gets all her charges, she definitely takes damage. He's like, well, that's your fault for letting her do it. I'm like,
it's true. No, it's true. It's a requirement. It's a condition that has to be met. What if you don't even give her that chance? Then what is she going to do?
Oh, wow.
That's disrespectful. Come on now. She revived you in the story. She gave you life again. Oh, you're a dirty man. That's not even an overhead.
Nice.
Wow. Tried to go for the air throw right there. Not going to get the kill, but this is going to be dang close. Actually, wait a minute. I forgot about the trigger. Oh, wait. Still. The scaling is there. That walk speed really going to come into play. Gets a charge there. Oh, wow. That could have been big.
Oh, he's actually dead.
Wow.
Nice.
You're definitely dead. Still gets the charge and the EX to get the ground.
And she had to spend meter for that. I really dislike the fact that she had to kill like that. Like, you know, you're punishing an uppercut. It's like, man, I still got to spend bar for this?
Look.
What do you mean? Gratuity tax?
First off, she was pretty far away to get that punish. Don't make it worse than it is. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
I got charged just for sitting here. What?
Okay, Angry Bird getting a lot more active. Just raw overhead to start it off. Full charges here. And the defense is looking so solid for VEGGEY right now.
That was too far away to get a punish, I feel like.
Don't let her get the charges. This dude has had full charges the entire time.
Oh, that was a great jump. Perfectly timed there from Angry Bird. Can you EX Mad Cradle after that? I feel like
Yeah, I'm blocking.
Okay, charge once again. Stand medium kick. I would like to see a little more of it. Okay. B reversal going to be able to get the throw.
Yep. Yes, sir. Activation after the medium kick storage.
Nice.
Regular DP at that. So once trigger is active, you got to be careful. The walks that stand medium kick all convert to bigger
what was
things.
that?
I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, when he gets trigger 1, he will never hit confirm.
Yes, now?
When he gets trigger 1, he'll never hit confirm. Just make him waste it on block.
Big Bird says make him waste his B trigger 1. He'll never confirm it on block.
Well, then that would be winding down just naturally, right? If he's not going to commit to any string, the Feng Shui engine doesn't get depleted.
Exactly.
Even if he throws out the fireballs, it'll probably be what, like little by little? Like the enhanced fireball? So it makes sense. Just force him to play out the fireball. I see.
And he has been actually going to that fireball quite frequent. Oh, wow, that could have been bad. I like VEGGEY trying to walk out of the corner. Gets caught by the V skill. Backdash there to get out of the throw. Annihilation sword.
Oh, no punish! He had an opportunity to punish the target combo when he dropped it. Activation after the kicks. Trying to get a throw bait.
Nice.
Damn, that was far!
And really trying to get something started. You can see that standing heavy kick is really going to make that Feng Shui come into play. And there's the projectile so far away at that. So just spending all that trigger on the fireball like Angry Bird, Big Bird pointed out, excuse me.
Nice.
Cross
What a
cut.
bad cradle. The Annihilation Sword could definitely be it. Oh, this is going to be huge.
Oh, I'm spending it.
Let's go.
That's going to hurt like hell, though.
Yeah, he's going to be... He's big chilling. No, you're going to chuck...
I don't know what that was.
It's all right.
You don't get...
Oki.
You don't get Oki after that. You do not get Oki after that.
Man.
I didn't appreciate that.
I don't know what that was.
I think with VEGGEY, I think, although not having the life lead, that knockdown was significant to get the kick storage, bring it back, and anything that kind of gets whiffed in the way, he could V-skill to react and punish, but I don't know, it was a little too much.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're definitely right.
He's going all in now.
Tried to go for the crouching heavy punch anti-air. It's not going to work. Big conversion here with the EX.
Yeah, he's not blocking.
He's still not blocking. Yeah, he's not blocking. Nice counter hit. Nice.
Oh, he's just not blocking. You could hear it from both teammates. Even Problem X is like, yeah, he's just not going to block.
And stone.
Nice. Oh, my God.
That's
They're
gonna
not
be a
willing to
round.
blocking. They see it. They spot the weaknesses. Problem X with a huge smile on his face.
Vodafone Giants, they need this match if they want to be secured for the finals, right?
Oh!
Nice. And NASR not going to give it to him easy.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I like that. For the meter usage on that one, I do enjoy it. The damage was there. Being able to escape the corner, very important.
And the jump just to clear the projectile.
Nice.
And instantly go straight for the target. Into the V-skill. Cool
What a delayed view reversal. That was cool. It was a good attempt, but Angry Bird was not going to bite.
Nice.
Cross cut, mad cradle.
I would like to see, let me see some more standing medium kicks to contest.
Oh, don't worry.
That's okay.
Okay.
For B-trigger.
Yeah, you got B-trigger now. You just need one hit.
Oh, we're going to see a pinwheel.
No worries.
That's okay.
One hit for CA.
Oh, we're going to see it. Yep. Now the string. Not going to...
It's okay.
What? You tried to anti-air? Oh, no. The fumbles.
Stand medium kick still there. And I feel like he really needs... There you go. Use this trigger to start the pressure.
Oh, you got it.
Nice.
Don't worry.
Good check.
When he has B-trigger and he does meter kick into sweep into fireball, you can super in between. Don't forget that.
It's okay. He didn't dive so much.
Get close. Use some of those normals. They come cancelable in functional engine, and you got to keep it going. And now you see Angry Bird get a lot more active, and I guarantee you it's because he sees the VEGGEY is getting a little more confident in this matchup. Oh, wow.
He's still going to be safe after this. Oh, still applying pressure. He stole a turn away from Angry Bird with that stand jab. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, it is.
I'd like to see more EX anti-airs. Not spinning this meter to actually actively anti-air, and I understand why, especially once you get those charges, you can cash out for bigger damage.
Oh, activation off of the wheel kick.
There you go. Stand. What did I say? Stand medium kick out and the crouching heavy kick to interrupt and still going to it.
And he's still dashing. That's the thing. You know, Angry Bird is just sitting there waiting for you. Even though Jury has an enhanced dash, it don't mean squat if he's ready to interrupt you on the way.
Preemptive jabs will really slow down even Jury, right? But that's one of the things you get. If you can play close enough, you can really interrupt that stand medium kick before the pressure starts, but it's still a little scary, right? The walk speed goes up, and she still has that crazy throw range that you need to worry about. So we really need to look at the awareness that Angry Bird was showing just to stay at that range, use V-skill like a fireball, like you said before, because that really did slow down the pressure that VEGGEY was trying to put on. But that's going to be 2-0 for both the birds. We now go to Problem X, who was the target of this ban for the Vodafone Giants, but I really don't think it's going to help much. Nope. But maybe Infectious is actually ridiculous. So maybe Infectious has a read on the E Honda or the Alex. And I guarantee you Problem X is hoping it's only one or the other. Oh, he's there. I think he wants to pick. He wants the blind pick.
Because, again, Problem X has either Honda or Alex. Infectious also kind of teasing the idea of, well, if you're going to play Honda, I'm going to play Ken. And I'm more than ready to do so. If you pick Alex, then I'm going back to Zeku.
The blind pick successful or maybe not. It's going to be E Honda versus the Ken.
He already gave him a no mix-up.
He's like, I was like, I would just stay on my character anyway. All right, here we go. Man, we've had some unique matchups throughout this season of Street Fighter League. I tell you what.
Can't get no better than this, man.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
I believe he said it doesn't get any better than this.
Ah, got it.
Oh, you tried to anti-air with the fierce. Infectious caught it instead. Jump heavy punch of his own. Ken coming in hot. No pun intended. Damn!
The EX. Oh, the little mini shimmy. You think your team member has the only Ken in the world?
You got a travel size shimmy for TSA?
Overhead. Thunder kick. Thunder kick. You got the back throw noise this time? I'm gonna let you do it, man. I feel like you're ready.
That's a big crush counter. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, that was, oh, I'm so proud. I knew it was coming. You did it wrong.
I already knew it was coming too. And that's what's crazy about it. It's like you understand the situational awareness, and you're in that position. You want to kind of corner the character. You want to kind of corner your opposition, and it works out that way sometimes. You have to understand where you're at in the screen at all times to make these kind of reads.
And Ken's back throw travels super far on top of that. That's why you see a lot of Kens use it to get the party started. Man, a patient Ken from Infectious. This is kind of scary though. You can see even Problem X just holding his ground, has the life lead, so I don't blame him. But Trigger is available. Uh-oh. Uses the B skill early. No check. Takes the space instead. Needs to be careful. Full meter on the side of Problem X. Armor gets him out. Oh, stand heavy kick.
Oh my God!
God, like he did crouching medium punch in to V trigger activation with the Shinryuken. Yo, Infectious, tell me more. EX Tatsu.
No.
Jumping. Okay.
Oh, he's holding it. Oh, he didn't hold it all the way.
I'm gonna tell you right now, those charges, I'm not able to read when he full charges. Like I can't tell.
I would have jumped out.
I would have jumped.
We both got clipped.
Oof. Okay. 15 seconds left on the clock. Life lead in favor. Oh, wait a minute. It's only 10 seconds left. Tries to go for the throw. Down backing to save his life right now and keep the life lead. Cross up. The chip is adding in. The jump in works. He's hella dead. Canceling to the CA. We're not even going to get to see it all, but he's still going to be kicked.
Yeah, he's going to be like, yeah, I mean, this doesn't matter.
First match. It's gonna go to Infectious, the last remaining player alive for the Vodafone Giants, and that's how you know they want to make it to the finals. But what happens? When and if Infectious makes it past Problem X and has to fight the Birds for Ken dominance?
You know, he has to do it with Ken, and he's gonna have to face off Big Bird next in the rotation. And best believe, Big Bird has a very effective Ken and a very nice one at that. So we'll see. We'll see what he knows against his own character. But that's if Infectious can get past the problem that is Problem X.
Nice.
Okay. And just staggering this pressure is really keeping Problem X on his toes. Throw into the corner, standing heavy punch. Man, I love that animation. Back throw.
No one-hit boost. Yes, one-hit boost. You got it in time, man. The block.
Oh, I love the switch up between the jumping heavy punch and just making him think you're going to do EX Tatsu. It's really gotten him out of trouble. Wow. Not that time, though.
Double time. Oh, my God. The damage.
Looking for the cross up, using the armor, using the B skill. He's not
to do it again.
This time. Yeah, he's not ready. He wasn't ready this time before. But yeah, try to catch the recovery of that of the EX butt slam with the crouching medium punch like we saw in that first game. And now you see him just prime it, trying to get him to swing and not get that V skill active. No check.
Oh my God!
With the shimmy as well. Tick throw. No go.
There it is. Yeah, that's what he did the last time, right? He went for the DP and got the trigger activation, but here comes Master still trying to chase down Honda. It's been so awkward, right? The jumps at the angle that Infectious has been taking.
And just walking forward now. Now he sees that he's trying to use those cross-ups, and now the footsie game is coming alive. Man, when I tell you Honda's dash really does catch me off guard.
Ooh, nice. Oh, he thought he had it in time. That's a lot of damage incoming.
And trigger. He got trigger too. Yep. Oh, Aang's gonna spend it. Okay.
Oh, you knew Ocho was coming.
Oh, you're dead.
You actually did.
You're dead. I'm back in there. My man's super high. Oh, why?
You're not gonna spend it. You better.
Oh my God!
Infectious. My God! Please, give me a smile or something.
Yo.
Anything Infectious. Jesus, that was hot.
Yo, Problem X had his eyes closed for the remainder of the round.
I can hear it in his head. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That was nasty. That was actually messed up.
I've
that was
come
messed
to
up.
bust that ass again. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Critical art still check.
I like the button switch up to have better anti-airs.
Nice.
Oh yeah, still maintains charge. Excellent attack.
Nice.
Jab to stop the approach. Problem X starting to get the hang of this Ken matchup. Surprised that there's no vocal coming from the rest of NASR, just letting Problem X rock, and that can be a sign of faith of the player in the matchup. Oh, big jump in though.
Oh, that was great.
Okay, all right.
And Oki afterwards checking with the Out of there? No,
He should be okay.
He's chilling. Oh, Nani! You could have had a jump in after the first 2 dashes, I think.
You're not dead. You're not dead.
Fine.
You hear the vamos?
Nani?
Yeah, it just takes the Oki instead.
Oh, he doesn't even want to kill him at this point, Steve. It boost. Oh,
The exact same way he ended that last game. That's how he ended it and got the set. That's going to be 2-0. 2-0 for Infectious to go over Problem X, and we're going into OT, guys. We going into OT, guys, and it's going to be Infectious going up against the big one. And I ain't talking about Sesame Street. It's going to be Big Bird first. What are you laughing at?
I love Big Bird. And I love Sesame Street. But you know what I love more than that? Some good old Street Fighter. I'll tell you what. Big Bird coming up to bat against Infectious. And this is going to be kind of interesting only because we've seen what Big Bird is capable of when it comes to playing that can. It's an ultimate test of whether or not he knows. He knows how to control his own character when it comes to facing him in the opposition through Infectious. This is going to be tough. I want to say it's the man in the mirror, but it's not the mirror match, right? It's just one of his characters like coming back in.
Again, but super effective.
Let's go, Adele.
Man, Angry Bird says a very aggressive Adele when he's Adele.
هيلعب نفس اللعبة داشات نطات استثناء
Here we
بس.
go. This
Man,
game
this song
right
is
here.
hype.
This song is definitely sick. Bro, look at the spacing here. Oh, okay. Good spacing right now. Oh, what? Jab, counter hit, confirm. He's fishing. Fishing for a hit right now, and still got the counter hit. This time reacted to the jump. Throw's not gonna work. Infectious still walking into this range.
Oh my God, just stuffed out the low medium kick, and you see Adele very much so comfortable in this game or in this matchup.
Wow, my man Infectious just walks up. He's like, yeah, I see you with your little trigger active, but it's not gonna stop me. But
You're
this will.
dead.
أيوة. Same game plan. Same game plan.
Yep.
Same game plan. Adele answers with a yep.
The thing about Big Bird is he understands the ranges very well and he understands when you want to use certain buttons. But I'll tell you what, Infectious, you cannot download this robot. He's always updating his firmware every single match. Does not compute.
Why is he hitting him like that? Wow, EX, sure you rapper.
Sweep and activation, V trigger, excuse me, V reversal coming from the side. Can't press the button afterwards. Lost frames. Oh my God, he actually got the low on him.
That was so godlike, Vicious. This
is your fault. This is your fault. I can't stop doing it.
Nice.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. My man says I'm cool.
Oh! Breaker.
What a check. Wait a minute. Back throw. Here comes Big Bird. Back throw.
You got to do it every time. Oh, and the knee bash afterwards.
Oh, went for another throw for sure. Big damage here. Go straight for the CA. Wow, what a combo.
Is he actually dead?
I don't think so.
Oh, that was a lot of skill.
Lots of scaling, yeah. Whoa, that could have been it if he was a little closer.
Do you see
Did you see the double duck? And just to be sure. And my man Big Bird didn't even flinch though. That's crazy.
Same game plan.
I know a lot of you got shook by that, and I'll tell you what, we're here for you if you want to talk, because we also got our next clip at the same time.
Help hotline.
Exactly.
Did you get hit? We can help you. Call us. I got hit. I got hit. I
also got hit.
Twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. If you got hit, call us. Oh, punish.
For just one family man to stream, you also can seek help if you got hit.
Oh, V-shift. Gets caught. I love seeing that mechanic get blown up and used successfully. Oh, wow.
What a chase! Oh my God!
Back to the corner you go. And jump in heavy punch. You know he's been so consistent with those jump ins, and you really start to think they're hesitating because they're looking for a Tatsu, whether it be EX or normal, and the jump heavy punch is doing its job.
And it's so early too. He does it so early because it's so active. It's great. I like this.
Check. One of the things I was hearing Adele talk about with Punk was the fact that every Ken player has great confirms. Every Ken player has great confirms. Neutral didn't work this time, moved a little forward to get the anti-air and puts himself in the corner. Big Bird in trouble. Working on full CAO. CA though, I got scared. I thought he did something.
I think it's CAO, like.
Backdash.
Oh, you talked about the confirms. You jinxed it. You jinxed it.
That's the first one I think he's missed though. Maybe the second. Wow, just dashed up into it. Rashid in trouble. The music letting you know things are tense. Oh, you did.
Oh my God.
Good.
This episode of Street Fighter League brought to you by the letter V for victory. You see it on the top there. Courtesy of Big Bird. How many bars you see down there, Steve? 2. Two critical.
1, 2, 3 EXs. Oh, the cross up. You saw it on the screen?
Nice.
Heavy punch DP here. You heard the nice come from Mr. Crimson. Yo, the check mark.
Instant eagle air spike.
That was a back throw. Gets hit by the medium punch. This isn't good. One more for the stun.
Air eagle spike. I got a chance to correct it. Let's go.
And
that was sick.
Will be that. I believe that was 2-1 or 2-0.
That was 2-0 on the side of the biggest of birds. Actually taking down Infectious, showing him these are my streets, by the way.
Yep.
No robots here. Only family-friendly puppets.
And yes, we have people who live in trash cans. They can teach you how to count. Either way, that's going to be that team battle done and done. Vodafone Giants needed that team battle if they wanted to secure this week their spot in the playoffs. So it's going to fall to the battle next time they get to play their last team battle at that. The Vodafone Giants puts themselves in a very precarious situation and it's not going to be comfortable. NASR just solidifying that they are the team to beat here going into the playoffs. But these records mean nothing once you get there because it restarts everything. These guys are going to have fresh bands. They're going to be able to play. Things are getting down to the end. We're getting to the end of the line, guys. Playoffs is the next step we're going to take, and right after that, the finals. But who is going to be these last two teams to make it in?
And I just want to say, I've enjoyed every single week of Street Fighter League Season 4 with you guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed all of the action that's been going down every single week. We may joke a lot, a little bit, actually a lot and a little bit when it comes to these matches, but the serious thing is these guys are some of the best in the world, and they really try their hardest to ensure their work is known, that their practice is actually coming through to fruition, everything that they've gone through every single year, especially with the pandemic, right? Being able to come here today and perform for us all and fight their hearts out, it's more than we could ever ask for as Street Fighter fans.
It only gets better, like we say, bro. You never know. I'm telling you, it never changes. Every week, every year of Street Fighter League, we've had consistent growth in not only the players, but the competition here. It is now an international players ball. The best in the world are here, and you see them fighting out for these playoff spots, and it's not easy, but it is easy to get some quality sounds. All you got to do is get yourself one of those A40 headsets from Astro, the official headset and mix amp sponsor of Street Fighter League Season 4. They've supplied every player here and a couple of your commentators with those A40 headsets, and they are amazing. Perfect for setting that tournament mood as well as those cool, awesome sounds of any video game you're playing. So shout outs to Astro, and thank you for holding us down here at Street Fighter League.
You can check it down below in the Twitch panel and get yourself that headset today as we get ourselves for that interview with Hollywood Rob TV, standing by with our winner, Big Bird, part of Team NASR.
Everyone, in this situation, we just saw the Giants climbing their way to Asgard. Asgard being the playoffs in this situation. But the Giants were slayed by the gatekeepers known as Team NASR. And I feel like Thor in this situation had to be Big Bird, getting the important victories over Mr. Crimson and then finishing off Infectious at the end there, bro. What is it like to be a gatekeeper?
I mean, I've never really experienced being a gatekeeper before, but I must say it kind of feels nice, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it seems like you have a bit of a mean streak to you to be smoking him like that. And of course, you don't want that. Well, no, I guess you don't really mind that team being in the playoffs. So, you know, maybe it's just for the integrity of competition. Well, now, you know, of course, that is you guys' last game. You know, you finish off with another W, and I want to say that you finished 8-2. One of the better seasons, one of the best seasons that we have seen in all of Street Fighter League's history. Extremely well played to you guys. How are you guys feeling going into the playoffs, and what are you expecting now? The regular season points don't matter.
We don't really know what to expect because there's like all the other teams haven't finished. Even Giants, they haven't finished their matches yet. But at this point, it's whoever we face. It doesn't matter really. We just want to play, do our best, and hopefully get the win like we did in Season 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Season 3 champions, Team NASR. Before we get to the end of this episode, of course, we do have final comments from Vicious and Tasty Steve over at the desk, and that's all coming after the Astro listening.
Watch out for DP. Look, I told you, that's easy reads, bro. Watch out for the DP. Do it every time. Let's go, nephew. This is not me, bro. You can do, this is easy, man. That was free.
I think.
Oh, no, it was Karen, Kami, and a few others, but Bison I was initially with VEGGEY 1, 2 on it.
Oh, yeah, but then you stopped playing.
But then I stopped playing VEGGEY 2 against Bison.
Yeah. So I changed you forever.
No, I was only using it. I was only using it against Karen. A combo breaker I used VEGGEY 1. It was just for Bison, you changed me for Bison.
Yeah, exactly.
Street Fighter League Week 14 comes to a close. That chapter ends, and we have some developments. Of course, we were looking at these team battles this week. It was PANDA versus NORDAVIND, NASR versus Vodafone Giants. Let's talk about this PANDA versus NORDAVIND at first. PANDA coming into this week's team battle, a man down, at least until playoffs, which they have to make to get access to it. Now you have Punk going up against VEGGEY, takes it 2-1 over VEGGEY. Then, of course, we have NEPHEW going up against PHENOM, who snakes it away, gets the 2-0. That puts Punk up against the last remaining member in LUFFY. He takes it 2-1, keeping their playoff dreams alive. I think it's going to be very scary for NORDAVIND going forward. I mean, they have already clinched their spot, so it's really not that big a thing, but I feel like everything after this is going to be work to make sure they're prepared for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more scary for Team PANDA, considering where they're at in their top 4 placement. NORDAVIND already clinching their spot, but the way it turned out was just fine for Team PANDA.
Let's talk about the second team battle. It was NASR versus the Vodafone Giants.
Yes.
Another team with NASR who has already secured their spot. They're the Season 3 champions, as well as Problem X on this team is actually kind of broken because they're so strong. But Vodafone Giants in this position where they have 2 more team battles, one of which took place as this team battle. If they won, they would have secured their playoff spot, leaving only one available for one more team. But NASR was definitely not going to let that happen, and it went down just like this. 2 O's for both Big Bird and Angry Bird against Mr. Crimson and VEGAPATCH. And this is important because the Fong ban is really what got them in this position to be this good. So a 2-0 coming in this position from Angry Bird, and then Big Bird with the 2-0 as well, is really something to look at. That Fong ban really hurt them, and the M Bison ban for Vodafone Giants, but I didn't think we were probably going to get the M Bison anyway.
Oh, no, without a doubt. I don't think there's been enough Bison to even digest, I feel like, with Problem X. The only time we might see Bison is probably in the playoffs, considering NASR is at the top of the leaderboards. With that in mind, let's take a look at where we're at in the current standings, right? NASR in first place with 8-2, such an impressive record. Down below them, NORDAVIND with 5-4. Of course, PANDA tied at 5-5. Vodafone Giants 4-5 over in 4th place. This is where it gets kind of tough, right? You see in the bottom 2, 5th and 6th respectively, BANDITS with 3-6, UYU 3-6. They are tied. However, those bottom 3 can easily change up. They can easily change up. So we'll see how it plays out, right? Depending on how BANDITS does, depending on how UYU does, and depending on how Vodafone Giants does, could really change that 4th place spot. So it kind of leads us into what's happening next week, right? I wanted to hold it in, but man, just looking at next week's team battles is so important. The breakdown is as follows. BANDITS versus UYU in the last week of regular play? That's actually messed up. That's actually super messed up. And then on top of that, NORDAVIND versus Vodafone Giants. Do you understand the power that NORDAVIND has right now?
This is also a must-win situation for the Giants. They absolutely, positively cannot lose this team battle, because if they do, they are out of the playoffs. Excuse me, their playoff showing would depend on how BANDITS and UYU does. That's exactly what happens. So NORDAVIND's definitely not going to take that lying down. The Giants need to win this battle. Bandits and UIU playoff hopes rest on if they can beat each other. That's actually ridiculous.
It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, there's just so much on the line in both of these matchups. You guys do not want to miss it, as well as missing this opportunity to pick up an A40 headset from Astro, being a huge supporter of the FGC, as well as Street Fighter League Season 4, supplying all of our players with that headset, as well as the Mix app being the official peripheral of Street Fighter League.
And with that being said, all you got to do is think about some of the cool things you can do with it. You can swap out the boom mic, they have customizable speaker tags, and they have these empty backs for comfort as well. So make sure you guys use that ability to click down in the panel below that Twitch panel and get yourself some of these A40 headsets. And thank you to Astro for holding us down. And thank you for you guys joining us all season long. We're almost there. The playoffs are upon us, and we still got teams that don't even have a ticket yet. But you got a ticket for next week.
Man.
You got a front row seat, and it's in your living room. You can do it with no pants if you don't want to. But make sure you join us here for Street Fighter League. Twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. That's the address. See you next week.
Forcing these. Oh, that could have been big. He could have gone into it again.
Was not prepared for it.
No.
This should be it. Oh, actually.
Dash up twice.
Nice.
Oh, that was nasty.
Wow, my God. Yo, Big Bird, chill. My man said, y'all.
Oh, my God. He's off the wall. He's going off the rocker. He was smiling and laughing the whole way through. You are a dirty birdie.
Turn this game around, but this situation is going to turn this game around. You need to guard your legs. Wow, quick knockdown. Not ready for it. We got still more damage. The
God damn. When you practice with your best Karen, this will happen? Sheesh.
Rashid in trouble. The music letting you know things are tense. Oh, you did.
Oh, my God.
Not close enough. He walked back a little bit too far and walked back the perfect distance that time around. Went for the neutral jump, and the V-shift isn't going to save you. That's going to be the round. This isn't good. One more for the stun.
Air Eagle Spike. I got a chance to correct it. Let's go. That was sick.